Hi everybody and welcome to the XYZ of Betting. I represent Generation X. Ollie represents Generation Z, and Shakes in the house, he represents Generation Y. We're going to talk about how we did this weekend. Pretty good weekend of betting. I got my accumulator, which I tipped to you guys, and I'll show now. And then I'm going to put down, as Shakes says, a tasty 300. Everton outright win, Leeds outright win, Arsenal outright win, Tottenham outright win, Liverpool outright win, and Manchester City outright win. That returns, the 300 returns 9,871. So got that right, and that returned 9,871 Rand, I believe. So I'm in the house with my first 6-team accumulator.
Leading the leaderboard as well.
Well, leading the lead, yeah. Well, I mean, I think my two fans out there expected that.
Is that us?
I don't know if you guys are fans of me, but okay, my 4 fans. Let's talk to the weekend of soccer bets. Ollie, how did you do?
I did pretty well. I'm up 400 Rand in total on my account, which I'm stoked about. I'm going to get my bets up here. You guys had a good laugh at me when I took Tottenham. I said there's no ways they can lose this one. I'm putting 400 Rand down at odds of 2.11. And you said, have you chatted to your banker?
I think it was a mild chuckle, and I hope you did, you know. But yeah, well done.
Yeah, so that one came off, and then we also chatted. I think you and I both said a good value bet is on Liverpool.
I think we all three said that.
Yeah, we all tipped Liverpool to win. And yeah, that came off nicely. So I put 200 Rand there to win back 400 Rand. I put 400 Rand down on Tottenham to win back 900 Rand, including a bet boost. And then I had a multi-bet that just didn't come off, that I'm just trying to call up here. So I had a multi-bet of Everton to win, Leeds United to win, Arsenal to win. That all came off. Then a draw between Brighton and Newcastle. I thought if Newcastle had gone sort of 1-0 up, it could have been a draw, but Brighton went 1-0 up early with a penalty and then ended up taking the game away 3-0. And then the 5th leg was Leicester to win, which came off. So unfortunately, 4 out of 5 there, and didn't have the same success as you.
Yeah. Well, 4 out of 5 isn't bad, but it doesn't pay the bills.
Definitely doesn't.
Yeah. So, Shakes, how was your weekend of betting?
Yeah, my weekend of betting was a bit mixed. It was not really great at the start because I first went for Aubameyang to score anytime goal scorer against West Ham. He decided to assist instead of scoring. And then I went for both teams to score in the Chelsea versus Liverpool game, and Jorginho decided to miss the penalty. And then I said match result, Leeds United to win, and that one I got that right. The odds were 4.16 at the time. I put $300 on it. I would have won 1.2, didn't. And besides that, I decided that I was upset. I was not feeling happy. So there was a relegation promotion playoffs game that was happening within South Africa, and it was the final game of the relegation promotion playoffs of that game, and it was Black Leopards going up against Chakuma, and Black Leopards winning that 1-2-1. And I went for a Black Leopards to win and both teams to score, and the odds were pretty high at the time. They were 8.50, and I decided to put $180 on it, and I got 995 back.
Nice. So you made back almost everything that you lost last weekend and on the Premier League. Well done. Shakes in the house.
Yeah. Just in time. I made that money back just in time to record this, so I can tell you right now I'm in a happy mood.
So that's where you've got a huge advantage over me and Ollie with the PSL. Hey.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how high the odds were for Black Leopards to win. So I figured, you know what? I'm not just going to only just say Black Leopards to win. I'm actually going to go with the both teams to score. And Leopards were actually leading 2-0 till about maybe 93 minutes. And then Chakuma got a penalty. And I was like, oh! And it ended up becoming 2-1. So eventually I was able to make over $900 with regards to that bet. So I'm feeling confident, and I'm looking forward to the Carabao Cup for sure.
Oh, good stuff. And let's quickly chat about in the Premier League this weekend. What stood out for you? What was the good, the bad, and the ugly of the Premier League?
Okay, I think the good, firstly, is Oliver having an amazing vision. I don't know how he saw that Tottenham win. I really don't know how you saw that, man. And that, for me, it showed, like, whatever Son hit, it went in regardless. Yeah. And Kane had 4 assists and a goal, by the way, and Son had 4 goals as well.
Yeah.
I think that was a good for them. Gareth Bale is coming within the team. The bad is Manchester United, unfortunately. Them losing 3-1 to Crystal Palace. That is the bad in terms of them losing at home. They don't have quality. You could see he was taking his time to make substitutions. And a former player coming back to haunt them in Wilfried Zaha, a player that they desperately need as well. And then I'd say the mild is probably
the ugly.
Probably have to say the ugly. Okay, the ugly I would have to say is Wolves. I think Wolves was disappointing last night against Manchester City. They lost. I think obviously City were favorites. Everybody knew that, but you just expected a little more fight. So within the first 45 minutes, City were cruising 2-0. Second half came in, Wolves tried, they pushed everybody forward, they got a goal, and unfortunately they were caught in behind, and City got that third goal. So I think that was the ugly in terms of you were expecting a better performance than what Wolves gave, and it was a ugly performance.
Yeah. Ollie, the good, the bad, the ugly?
The good for me was Liverpool's performance. Actually, I think I maybe didn't give them enough credit pre-season. But you look at Fabinho's performance defensively, they've obviously got Van Dijk. They've shows you that they're sound defensively. They've got this brilliant front three. They've signed Jota, and they're just playing really, really nice football. So for me, watching Liverpool come out and play the way they did, I know Chelsea got the red card, but I didn't feel like Liverpool were never not in control of the game. So I think it bodes well for their season. That was the good for me. The bad, there's a lot of goals, and I don't know how good that is from a betting perspective because it's a bit unforeseen, You've got these sort of huge first-time displays from sides where you think that like top sides wouldn't be conceding as much and bottom sides wouldn't be scoring as much, so it throws a bit of a spanner into the works in terms of the betting world. And the ugly is just stupid penalties, I think. Like guys giving away penalties in the box that are already changing the dynamic of the game. Like I had a draw call on Brighton and Newcastle. Right away, there's a penalty at the start of the match. Brighton go 1-0 up immediately. Once a team scores that early goal, they start dictating how the game goes. And I think it's very frustrating from a betting point of view when penalties can come in and change the dynamic of a game because a guy's made a stupid decision,
Yeah. For me, the good was the 43 goals that were scored over the 10 games. I mean, I think that tied a Premier League record and certainly is fantastic for a spectator point of view. The bad was the rugby tackles and the red cards. The one in the Liverpool game, and there was another one which someone was sent off for. He was tackled as well. And it seems maybe the referees have an edict or enforcing something for penalties this year, because there was at least, I think, 9 penalties in the 10 games this weekend. Yeah. And the ugly is Leeds United's defence. I mean, I think a legless amputee from World War II could score on Leeds right now. They're just, I mean, everybody scores 7 goals in 2 games. And yes, so the converse says they've scored 7 goals in 2 games, but I'd like to see Leeds shore up their ugly defence for once.
Me too. It'd make for a nicer viewing if Leeds were scoring but conceding a bit less.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they scored a lot of goals.
Yeah, seven goals in 2 games.
And if you watch the game against Fulham, Leeds were comfortable up until, I don't know, out of the blue, suddenly Fulham are getting a lifeline and they score one after the other. So it seems like Leeds fans are going to have a kind of roller coaster ride. It's going to be up, down, up, down, up, down almost every game.
Yeah, well, I went to bed on the weekend looking like George Clooney and woke up looking like his granddad. I mean, the stress and strain of being a Leeds fan takes its toll, hey?
I can imagine. No, I can only imagine. I think there was a time when we spoke, Oliver and I was saying, I hope Kevin's all right, because it was a Liverpool game and it was just goal after goal.
How's Kevin's heart?
Well, I'm on medication for that, so we should be all right. But thanks, guys, and let's join us on Thursday for our predictions on the Premier League, and well done on taking back some money, Shakes. Ollie, well done on your success, and for my 6-team accumulator, well done.
Cheers, Shakes.
Thanks, Shakes. Eh?
Always a pleasure, guys. Huh?